Sup goats, it's JOAT, and welcome back to a new track live review. And today we're going to be listening to some Eptic and Marauda. What is this? 2 reaction videos, one after the other. I know I said I was going to minimize my reaction live review content going forward, but for one, I do want to make up for my lack of Ascension Right review. As most of y'all know, I only covered it on JOAT+, so I hope this will suffice instead. And yeah, I also wanted to do this vid to sort of lighten up the mood. This is a very lame, mundane April Fool's we got here, which, by the way, let me flip around the camera real quick. I didn't want to do that for the entire vid, but I felt like I needed to do something for April Fool's this year. It is one of my favorite days of the year. Make sure to check out my vid from a year ago today. I did a best dubstep up video of March in German, 100%. But yeah, today we're going to be taking a look at the new Eptic and Marauda collab, Wall of Death. So, most of you should already have heard the ID form of this, at least one of both drops. I've listened to them multiple times actually because I cannot get enough of them personally. People said they sort of changed the final product, so it's not 100% the same as the ID, but definitely all the ideas are still there and whatnot. But yeah, and the mix is obviously better. Very excited to get into this. Eptic's a producer I stumbled across very late, I feel like. I must have heard of the name back in the day because I have been invested in dubstep for quite some time now. I was hella into dubstep mixes and shit like that in like 2013, 14, so I'd probably seen his name around at that point in time, but I just cannot recall. So yeah, I stumbled back across his music in like early 2020 or something, seeing hella people rinse the shit out of singles of his. And yeah, I found his sort of animated style to be pretty compelling. I do enjoy quite a few of his songs. He obviously pays homage to the classic dubstep sound with a lot of the approaches he goes for. He is a dubstep OG at the end of the day. And yeah, Eptic's been putting in work for over 10 years now, so shout out to him. Shadow People, Propane, that D&B song he dropped recently, I fuck with them all. Very fun dubstep. As for Marauda, I've been listening to bro for a minute too. First track I stumbled across of his is a song called Warlords, dropped end of 2015, December. And yeah, I instantly felt drawn towards his surging, powerful approach to dubstep, drawn out and just heavy. Over the years, he really made a name for himself on Black Label specifically for switching to create his own imprint, Malignant Music. And most of y'all should know this by now. The general history of Marauda, he used to go by Mastodon too back in the day. But yeah, he's just gotten better and better in my opinion, honing in on his sound. I enjoyed Ascension Right a lot for those who haven't seen my JOAT+ review. Just goes to show that there's so much creativity still within him, pushing the heavy dubstep sound while still making the music sound so fun. And yeah, he was the first person to single-handedly really push modern tearout and put it on the map. Yeah, he's definitely left his mark in the scene, and he deserves all the attention he's getting. He's been making some great music over the years. So yeah, like I said, I'm really excited to get into this. Let me just type it into YouTube real quick because I'm not sure. People were telling me that the Spotify PC version is weird. It's not the right version. Yeah, I'm gonna just play it up on YouTube, uploaded by Eptic himself. Yeah, I mean, without further ado, I'll leave my thoughts for the back end of this vid. I'll be solely reacting right now. But let's get into this. Fuck. This track is 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Not long at all. So I should know most of it. Okay, metal intro. I hear those staple Eptic sirens in the back. Ugh, that percussion, that cymbal. Those drums are big, bro. Those drums are huge. Okay. I love how steady this build-up is. Okay. I remember this drop, bro. Ooh. Okay, bro. Love that second drop, bro. All right, then. That was it. I'm gonna give it a re-listen before the vid ends, but I just spit everywhere. Goodness gracious. I like that track. I do like that tune. I will admit, the first drop is not as impactful as I'd hoped it'd be. The sub work is very good. Well, to get the intro out of the way, I love the drumless metal section there. That riffing was pretty cool. Steady, punchy build-up. Both fake outs of both drops, it's more or less the same thing. It's kind of slow. The filtered, staple Marauda machine gun bass there, kind of reverbed out too. And yeah, the first drop generally is pretty steady. It's pretty straightforward. The more Eptic sounding synths get put in after, those are pretty tight. The whoopy and succulent, that's what I really fuck with when it comes to Eptic. But yeah, this is not where the full potential of the song, full force of it gets unleashed. Not in the first drop. The second drop is where shit starts to get good. Back into a really solid build-up midsection. And yeah, the second drop, the Marauda sustains with the synths on top, just that works so well together. The machine gun delivery beforehand, right off the bat, is also very, very good. Reminds me a lot of Ruckus, but it works in this song really well. And yeah, the first mammoth sustain passage sort of rises in pitch, just building itself bigger and bigger and bigger, while the second sustain part just settles and continues from there. So it's definitely a song that picks up towards the second drop. I've stated before that second drops tend to be a little more important than first drops because they round out the song to an extent. They flesh it out. If a first drop starts off solid and introduces you to the idea, which was done here, and the second drop builds upon it and makes it even greater, then a song works for me, a dubstep song. And yeah, outside of that, the hybrid trap incorporation into this tune was spectacular. I touched on the sub work already, just sometimes the sub bass worked with the machine guns. When the sustains came in or when the more fluttery deliveries came in, it was drawn out sub bass underneath for the most part. And yeah, the alternation between heavy dubstep percussion and that just simple, cute little trap percussion. Love that contrast, that's really good. And before I give this track a re-listen, let's touch on the obvious. This song does take inspiration from Space Lace's Dominate. If you listen to the pitch of that machine gun bass specifically, da 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 da. Same notes there. I'd say it's like an interpolation. It's kind of cool to see. They made it their own thing too. Yeah, let's give the song a re-listen in case I missed out on anything. And I'm gonna have to listen to the song on headphones this time around because it is getting kind of late. I do have neighbors above and below me. That's one drawback when it comes to this house I've been living in for the past 10 months. Here we go. This intro is definitely more Eptic, I feel like. This metal passage might be more Marauda. The siren, Marauda. Ugh, this cymbal is so weighty. Alright, I haven't even figured out the flow to this. Start stopping this is solid. This sustain was really cool too. This fake out. It's like a wishy-washy sustain, but a good, well-mixed wishy-washy sustain. I really fuck with that part. To me, like I said, it sounds like Eptic and Marauda really came together, especially there when that sustain came in. I don't want to definitively 100% say who worked on what because I've gotten that wrong before in the past. I'm just pointing out what sounds more like what producer to me personally. But yeah, I really enjoyed the tune, as I said. Outside of that, don't have much else to cover when it comes to it. Link to stream this song in the description box below. It'll probably make best dubstep of March, unless I end up finding some better music. But yeah, Marauda's socials in the description. Eptic socials in the description. Two great, goated producers. This has been your boy JOAT. Thank you all for watching this vid. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you have not. Drop your opinions of this tune in the comment section below. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Let me know why. And yeah, it's been a minute since I've done a track review. Last one I did was Kerosene's Elevator Music all those months ago. I think it's been at least 8 or 9. But yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the vid and I will see you in the next one. Peace.